This video is going to be about creating a box plot using your calculator. I think the main reason that you might do this is if you have to enter the data anyway, you're finding a 5-number summary. Even if you have to draw one on your own, it's easier from the 5-number summary. But what the box plot on the calculator can show you is whether or not there are outliers in your data. And it will do that for you. You might have to show the calculations on your paper, but you'll know ahead of time whether or not there is one and where it is, if it's a low outlier or an upper outlier. So we're going to go through that and show you how that you can see that today. So on this first screen, how you get to the box plots are going to be up under the stat plot values. You're going to enter your data. I have another video on how you enter the data and then calculate the 5-number summary, and that'll be, you can get to that link up here if you, it's just up high. You can watch that video first and then come back to this video if you don't know how to enter your data into the calculator so that you can follow along. I do have notes pages also in the comment section that you can download and you can print, and you can take notes on how to do all of these things as you're following along. My experiences with students, like they may get it in the moment, but then they forget where the buttons are, what buttons you push. So having those notes I think is useful. All right, so after you have your data entered, we're going to go to that to the second function and the y equals buttons. And that you can see above that, it says stat plot. And when you hit that, you're going to get a series of plots. They may all say off. A lot of times, if they're on, they create other problems for your calculator if you're doing a different type of math. And so you may see that they're off. You can start by just clicking on having this first one highlighted and hitting enter. And when you do that, you're going to see a screen that looks like this. And it said that it was off. And then there's different types of graphs here. There is like a scatter plot, a line graph, a histogram, and then you can see that there are 2 box plots. And the first box plot, you can see the little dots at the end, and that's the one that will indicate whether or not there's an outlier. The second one has no little dots, and that one it wouldn't show you whether or not there was an outlier. The whisker would just go to the max, and it wouldn't indicate outliers. And so for us, I think the most important thing is to show whether or not there's outliers. So I would choose that first one on the second row, and I would then also make sure that your button is hit to on. So you're going to want to use your arrow keys to get up to that and hit on. You'd hit the enter when you're over there, and then you're going to want to make sure that that you're highlighted, and then you're going to need your L1 list under the X list if that's where your data is. And remember, you can hit the second function and 1 to get L1 there. And it just, we're just going to have the frequency will just be 1 there. We don't have any frequency list. And then you can choose whatever mark you would like for your graph. Once all of that's done, then you can go to Zoom. And so Zoom is just a couple over. And then after the Zoom, you're going to scroll down to say ZOOMstat. On my calculator, it's at 9. So if you know that where it is on yours, you could just hit that number instead of having to scroll down. But you could just scroll down too, and then you can click that, ZOOMstat, and then it's going to create your box plot for you. Just a note, like you can see this little weird line to the left of my axes there, and that's because I have something stored under y equals. I had some function in there. I was teaching both stats and calculus, and then I had a function in there, and so it has this weird little thing. So if you want it to be just purely your box plot, you would want to clear out anything that's in y equals before you do the ZOOMstat. All right, and that's how you create a box plot. You can see that there is one outlier, and that was our outlier of 120 text messages from a previous lesson. All right, well, that is all for today, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.